Let's do it. You teased it.
Yeah.
Let's open up the next part of our tier, the pyramid. The quarterback countdown. Count up continues with ready to launch with two quarterbacks we just talked about briefly. It is Bo Nix. It is Caleb Williams. And if we're getting nitpicky here, we've already talked about some other guys who were on the same level of the pyramid.
Yep.
With Drake May and Michael Penix, you would have Bo Nix and Caleb ahead of them.
I would. Exactly right. If we were going to really rank it and go there, I think I'd have these guys slightly ahead of them. I would. I'm excited about these two. Again, I've seen enough film here to feel comfortable about a little projection. That's where it's a little different than maybe Drake May or even Michael Penix, okay? To me, there's a little less rawness here with them too. I talked about Drake May, right, and some of the rawness and things he's got there, and there's still mechanical things he's got to fix. Not to say these two aren't perfect, don't get me wrong. And Michael Penix, like we talked about, it's only 3 games, so it's hard. But these guys, you get to see the whole freaking year. The whole freaking year. And within that, you have to remember that some of that's going to be bad. And one guy didn't have Sean Payton and the best defense in football around him and Caleb Williams. So there were some issues there, okay? But we're going to break it all down. Let's start with Bo Nix. Bo Nix. Damn Bo Nix. Damn Bo Nix. Damn Bo Nix, okay? I mean, Drew Brees Jr. has got a chance here. That's what I got, all right? All the haters of Bo Nix. Oh, he can't throw the ball down the field. Yes, he can. Bo Nix has got a powerful arm, a quick release. He can push the ball down the field with the best of them. He can too. It might not look sexy. Everybody's got to wipe away their thought about what they thought about him in Auburn and their stupid thoughts about, oh, he threw too many screens in Oregon. Yet I didn't hear anybody say that about Dylan Gabriel this year. That's what I love. Like this year it was okay. Nobody was like, oh, all he does is throw short. But like last year it was a thing. I don't know. I hate that about football, where it's like it's a thing for one guy, but not this guy. We let him go with it. No problem, everybody. But Bo Nix, one, decision-making, off the charts good as the season goes. Okay? Off the charts good. And of course, in an offense that's trying to do a lot and always being more pushed on him. His arm strength, like I talked about, not only is it damn good, okay, it's easy good. And what I love about Bo Nix is he doesn't need space to do it. Bo Nix can be a guy that the pocket is collapsing and he doesn't have room to step in and do it or do anything like that. He's always got a good base, and because he's so strong and athletic, he can kind of throw a 20-yard out route or an in-cut without taking a step and just turning his shoulders and letting it rip. He's got a great compact motion. It's one of the quicker releases in all of football already. Okay, so you got all of that. He's a very good short thrower, as we know, intermediate thrower. I think people, if you go back and watch this year, you'll realize, damn, Bo Nix is kind of a machine as the season goes on with the 15 to 20-yard routes, let alone some of the deep throws as well. And then, oh, yeah, don't forget, when he turns the corner, like a Drake May or some of these other guys, he can run for 30 yards, not 5 or 10, for 30. That's what kind of athlete he is. So, yeah, I think between anticipation, putting the ball in tight windows, getting to see just about every scheme possible in the history of the planet because of the Sean Payton's offense and let him do it, I just don't have very many questions about what he can and can't do. To me, it's just about experience and continuing to play and growing the playbook around him. And they're excited about him out there. I know that. I know people out in Denver, and they think Bo Nix is about to whoop some ass, and I do too. And that's why I'm, maybe playing the projection a little bit, but I love what I saw on film too.
Well, I mean, from the first 4 games that he played, and of course in that Sean Payton offense, they're throwing so much at him in there. He had 1 touchdown. He had 4 interceptions. They were 2-2 as a team. But then after that, you look at his numbers. He has 29 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions from October through January. They win a ton of those games. And so he obviously was able to pick things up very quickly. He had the trust of the team to start day one with them.
Yep.
But what you're hearing from Denver and what you've seen, they think he can even take a bigger step.
I think Denver's got like big time aspirations in front of them right now because I think they're excited about where their team is. That their defense is special already and they've made it even better, and that this quarterback and the running back they drafted out of UCF and all that, they're looking at it like, hey, watch this. Year 2 with the quarterback and year 2 with Sean Payton and all the things I'm going to add to the offense that I didn't even put on the offense's shoulders last year. That's where I think they look at it and go, yeah, we're going to take a step in a direction here. Watch out for us. And that's what you love about this guy. There's versatility and what he can do, and, of course, within the Sean Payton offense. But, yeah, specifically to him, I mean, again, the different platforms thrown it that way had showed the ability to anticipate when people do come out of breaks and all that, can play backyard football. It has all of that, and then has a big-time arm. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, it's up there with the top guys in the sport. But it's that next group down, and I think people got to start respecting that a little bit. Like, whose arm is better, him or Jaden Daniels? I don't know. It's close. I'm not sure it's not Bo Nix, but nobody questions Jaden Daniels' arm, right? So that's where I don't get it. I don't quite get it. There's no questions about Bo Nix's arm. Cold weather, wind, whatever. I saw him throw it through the elements all year last year. So everybody's got to stop all that like, oh, he just throws the ball short. I don't know how talented he really is.
Yeah, we have some video of him throwing too, so we can do a little mechanical breakdown if you want to, hooking up with Troy Franklin, his former Oregon teammate, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Were back in the day, and so here he is in practice. Got the blue unis, navy blue. Oh,
you see how easy it is? He's a machine. His body's almost always in a great position. You can see here. He's great at going through reads. He's got touch. He's got more power in the arm like we talked about. He can push the ball down the football field. He's perfect for what Sean Payton wants. He can make decisions and see things happening above his years of playing in the NFL. And that's where his college experience, the fact that his dad was a high school coach, right? He makes some plays and reads and throws where you just go, oh, damn. Like, some of the things I would tell you about, like we talked about with Tua or some of the other guys who have played a while, where I would go, wait, you played too long. Take an extra pitch. He's about to come open. You watch Bo Nix and you'll go, look at that. Like, this guy's not open, but he knew in this coverage that through the study of the week and what Sean Payton said, this should be there. So he hung in the pocket for a half second longer and makes the throw to Cortland Sutton for a 25-yard gain over the middle or whatever else. That's what I like about Bo Nix. He's really got it all. He really does, and that was an impressive first year. I actually don't know if I've seen a quarterback get less credit for the stats he had and going on the road and him being in the wild card playoff round, and nobody really kind of giving him, I think, the credit he probably deserves for what he did. And I know he's got Jaden Daniels, who takes away the luster of the rookie quarterback. If C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels didn't happen the last 2 years, I think we would all be going, oh my gosh, Bo Nix, oh my gosh, Bo Nix, oh my gosh, Bo Nix, this is special. But they kind of took the luster off of it because they were so awesome.
10-7 last year, Denver. They were a playoff team. Kansas City was 15-2. They've won that division for I don't know how many years in a row.
Yeah, Denver
though, number one defense according to Devin McCourty when he was on this podcast last week.
Right.
And now you got Bo Nix in second year, and you got some playmakers, Cortland Sutton on offense, R.J. Harvey. I know you liked him.
Yep.
Out of the realm of possibilities that they make it a contest this year in the AFC West with Kansas City and the Chargers on who wins that division.
No. If I thought there was a year where that team in red and maybe the greatest quarterback that I've ever seen in my life at number 15 there, we're going to have this is one of the first years I feel like I'm ever going into in the Patrick Mahomes era where I'm a little bit like, not sure. I know playoffs, but I'm not sure they're just definite to win the AFC West. Chargers got better. Raiders got better. Denver's going to be good. Sean Payton's not going to be like, oh, well, I'm just stuck in the AFC West with Andy Reid and Mahomes. I guess I'll just be second. Like, what? Does anybody know Sean Payton? He's a psycho. He definitely wants to win that division. He's heard enough of that shit. I can guarantee that's what he's telling his team. I've had enough of this shit with the Kansas City. So, yes, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities, and I think Kansas City will have to fight and scrap and claw to win that division more than maybe any other year we've seen so far in the Mahomes era.
On the flip side, we all know it's going to be a tough year for the Chicago Bears because I want it to be a tough year for the Chicago Bears, and I will will it to happen, but I am fearful that it will be better for Chicago and Ben Johnson now over there and Caleb Williams, who you had as your number one quarterback. A lot of people did. Bears did because they took him number one. Did not have a number one type of year, but there were a lot of things around him that maybe prevented him from doing that. Some of his own doing, though.
Sure.
And they're trying to coach that out of him now.
Definitely.
But you have Caleb Williams in the ready to launch tier.
I do. Listen, I'm bullish on Caleb Williams. I think a lot of the problems we looked at and what we saw, we can blame him certainly, but I think a lot of it was systemic as well. Unlike a Bo Nix, he did not have the number one or a top defense in football around him, and he didn't have Sean Payton managing the game and calling plays and coming up with game plans to make it just absolutely perfect for his young rookie quarterback. He didn't have that. This is a guy here, Caleb Williams, unlike Bo Nix, so I would just say he had more on his shoulders right from the get-go than C.J. Stroud did or Jaden Daniels. They kind of like, hey, you're the starter as soon as you got on the football team. You're the starter. Week 1, we're just going to run and play and go. Like, you're going. Here we go. There's no training wheels or anything like that.
And watch film by yourself.
Well, yeah, right. But that speaks, again, to the support system around him, and I think we got to take that into account. Everything I watch with Caleb Williams, I just want to go, this is coachable. This is fixable. I don't really, I'm not going to worry about it. Ben Johnson's going to show him a bunch of clips and go, look, the first read was open in this game 7 times. The first read was open in this 8 times. I've seen you hit the first read 1,000,000 times in college. You knew it was open. Why the hell were you so greedy? Why were you looking for more, right? I think some of it, too, got in his own head a little bit about, trying to make plays, trying to do too much. Didn't always throw the appropriate ball. But, when you see his good from last year, I'd go, it's as good as anybody you're going to watch. I mean, as good as anybody you watch. If you took Caleb Williams' top 40 plays of the year, you'd go, well, damn, is he as good as Josh Allen in that group right there? Because some of the throws he makes and that stuff, you just go, wow. You see elements of him being surgical. You do see that. And, of course, there's the negatives of him holding the ball, waiting for more. I think at times putting pressure on himself to make the big play to change the football game because things weren't going well, right? Mm-hmm. I think that all compounded and led to some ugly moments. But there was still a lot of damn good moments to go along with that. There was. He's got to get rid of the sacks. He can't be too greedy. And I don't even know how to really, because he doesn't have mechanical issues. His throwing is pure. But there was just too many inappropriate footballs last year. When I'm going to go, it's a shallow cross. You have the best touch I've seen in, it's coming out of college. You have amazing touch. You can, drop it like Mahomes out of the sky. It doesn't even look like you're throwing it. But, here's a shallow cross. And you're like, whoa, I can't see the ball on the screen. Did you really throw it that hard? Right? Here's a option route by DJ Moore in the slot route, right? In the slot position. He breaks out of the break, and the ball's like, whoa, it's on him like so fast and so hard. And it's just like, come on, calm down. But I think mistakes and interceptions make you do all that type of stuff, right? And a lot of those bad throws or missed throws, he's not necessarily in the wrong spot. I'm like, oh, this is the right read. It's just like, oh, he didn't throw it on time. Or this time he held it a hair too long, and then I'm going to put extra mustard on it and throw it harder to make up for the fact that I waited to see him come out. Oh, because I tried that little extra, the ball wobbled and I lost a little control of it. But the other side of it is when things work in harmony, you just go, is that one of the best throws I've seen this year? Damn, holy shit, how did he get out of that trouble in the pocket and avoid that? Man, he took a lot of sacks last year, and a lot of them are his doing. He got out of a lot of damn ones, too, that were pretty impressive.
Well, that was part of the question coming out at USC because he had a bad offensive line at USC. He had to buy himself some time and create, and he could, and he was athletic enough and fast enough to do that with those bad habits translate over to the NFL, and they did. So as careless as he was with his body and 68 sacks, that's not good.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
You wanted to add on that?
Well, see, this is to me where we look at it, we look at the record, I know the sacks. Mm-hmm. It's still 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions?
So I was just going to say that, as careless as he was with his body.
Yes.
I was looking from week 7 through 17. He threw the ball 363 times. They threw it a lot with him.
Wait, there was way too much on him.
He had
no help.
1 interception after week 7.
There you go. He's capable of taking care of the ball. Now, he has to find a way to take care of the ball and also not take sacks within that, right? And they also, what you look at, too, and this is where I don't like they had so many games that were down to the end that are it's here to be had. And that, to me, again, it goes into just organizational failures as far as coming up with how to finish a game, win a game, get it done, whether it's the Fail Mary against the Commanders, it's the we lose a point by the Packers, we barely lose to Minnesota the week after that, we up the end of the game's whole situation on Thanksgiving against the Lions. Like, so here we are with a rookie quarterback where I know people are like kind of getting on him a little bit, and I'm going to go, man, they were this close in so many games, and he wasn't the issue in those games and makes a number of plays, and nobody ever kind of really helped him or helped the team to get over the hump in some of those situations. And that's where, you know, I guess I have a little bit of a soft spot for him there and what I saw. But I still saw a number of games with incredible decision-making, incredible throws on the football field. His athletic ability is there. I think this is a case, and again, I'm projecting a little bit of where a guy's the first pick of the draft, the team's falling apart, he takes it upon himself to start to carry them, try to do too much. He's watching the guy, Jaden Daniels, who's drafted after him, and he's going, wait, people are talking about him being an MVP. I got to play that type of level. You put more pressure on yourself. You force more things. You try to make bigger plays. That's kind of what I feel. I will be shocked if he's not one of the most improved, best stories in football this year under Ben Johnson.
So let's take a look at some video we have of him practicing his footwork. So we love that stuff here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. But yeah, Ben Johnson did it with Jared Goff, and he's playing the best football of his career. And he's trying to do the same thing with Caleb Williams in year number 2 here.
These are little tools that are going to help him. Right? I mean, we have no questions about his arm or any of that. That's it's one of the best arms in the sport, period. And on the run, he's up there with the Allens and Mahomes throwing the ball on the run. I mean, it is a laser in what he has here. Now, what's going to happen with Ben Johnson and the footwork and all that, he's going to get him to listen to that a little bit. That'll be another nice little guideline of hey, you're seeing this, but let your feet talk to you to agree, right? You don't want your feet to overtake you, but yet you don't want to not listen to them as well. You see that throw right there on the run? I mean, jump, going left, rocket, back of the end zone, no problem. And that's the special stuff he can do. He's really
flexible.
Special.
I think that's one of his superpowers.
He's like Gumby.
He is like Gumby.
It really is.
Yeah.
His arm is so flexible and loose and all of that, and he is as a total athlete altogether. But, yeah, it's going to just be about polish, and it's going to be about rebuilding a little confidence. And Ben Johnson's going to teach him a few things, and he's going to, oh, my God, this play is so much easier now compared to last year because you just taught it in a nicer, cleaner way and gave me less keys or just one key to worry about and one thought, right? And that's what a quarterback-friendly head coach can do to you, and I think that's where it's going to be a big effect, let alone I think, you're as much as you hate the Bears, you're in the category of, with me, of going – they made a lot of good adjustments to their football team this offseason.
Rebuilt offensive line,
right.
Both guards, center. You got Luther Burden. You got Colston Loveland. I don't root against any of these people individually. I just, in totality, root against the Bulls. That is, I'm rooting for the people against the team.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yep. And I know I'm higher on him than most here. I get that.
On Caleb?
Yeah.
You think people have jumped off the bandwagon after year one?
Or they're not necessarily off, but they're not going to rank them maybe quite as highly as I'm going to into this year, right? That's where I look at it. And again, that's where maybe our rankings and what we do is a little different because I do try to not just go off of last year. I am going to go on a little bit of the jump, and this is for 2025. This isn't the old 2024 rankings. Yeah. We're trying to rank 2025 before we get into the season here. He's one that I would say watch out for.
And I know we're not putting a number next to his name because we don't do that until we get to the top 10. But, if we were to put a number next to Caleb Williams' name, what would it be?
That would mean he'd be right at, 15 right here, I think. Yeah, 15 or 14. It's okay. 16. That's where he is.
That's why we're not putting a number next to his name.
Well, in this area here, I have it jumbled up a little bit.
Yeah,
I have some notes and stuff like that. And
there are a lot of arrows pointing.
There's a lot of arrows and things going all over the place.
It's a tough region.
Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Chris Simms Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm, doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.